Greetings, my name is Slight, and we're going to be playing a custom game of mine. It is a solo Automa, I think Automa, that I have built for the game of Inish. My Legendary Edition has come in, and it is beautiful. And so we're going to be playing with that. I got the sleeves and the coins. I especially love the coins. I think they are really, really interesting. And really add a lot of spice to the game thematically. But this is not an unboxing. Let's get into the game. So what you're looking at here is the Brennus Hostile Chieftain play sheet. This is what is used to control Brennus throughout the game. We'll be playing 1v1 solo. And I've gone ahead and, because my iPad won't let me switch between apps while I'm recording, I've printed off the pages 4 through 6 of Brennus here, which is actually all of the sort of key rules that I would need to actually run Brennus. You know, even the person who wrote the rules for, you know, these reprime effects, doesn't always remember them. So I've got those here. So this is on a clipboard, so it'll come in and out of the screen as I use it. And for the most part, you really, as the player, don't really need to see this. That will run Brennus basically himself. But if you're watching this to learn how to play the game, then I will make sure to include and show you what I'm doing at each point throughout the process. I just have limited space here. So let's go ahead and get started. I am playing with the C modules. You won't see that here on my list here, but basically, that allows me to play with islands. I think that's really fun. I like that diversity, but I'm guaranteed in these first couple territories to have a mainland harbor. So that means that there won't be any of these islands that are just floating out in space, which I like a lot. I'll be able to get to the islands, and those islands won't just end up being like not traversable, right? So let's get started. So we've got Salmon Creek, and we've got a new territory from Nemid, which I am really excited about. So this one comes into play with a harbor on it. Salmon's Creek does. I'm going to choose where that goes, and I can either go here or here. Let's go here, like that. That looks pretty nice. I wish these were the same thickness and fit a little nicer in here, but what can you do? Salmon's Creek and Salmon's Creek, and they're right next to each other there. Cool. This guy comes into play with a sanctuary on him. And let's take a look at these. So Salmon's Creek is place one clan in a territory with a harbor where you are present. So that is a nice one as far as gaining more clans. And this is another one. At the beginning of your turn, add one clan in one territory adjacent to the Springs of Boan. So both of these are quite strong advantage cards to start the game off with. Now, I am going to use the Flock of Crows to determine a citadel spot here. So if we are going this way, then it's going to be Springs. We are going this way, so the capital is here. Another way you could do that is just use the under duress golden rule. Maybe that's a slightly even better way to be doing that, but this is how we're doing this. And now we'll go ahead and start placing our clans. In the very hard difficulty, the major changes are, I'm playing on very hard. That means that we start with raid primed. So I've got season 1 set up, primed already there for raid. Brennus starts as the Bren, and I start with a Sin token. Now I'm using the Banshee's Whale token here, the Banshee token. This also doubles as a Sin token, and a Sin token is the opposite of a Deed token. So instead of reducing a single victory threshold condition, it increases one and you have to use it. So we're starting off under the gun here. So Brennus's hierarchy will dictate that he always places in the capital. I'll place here, he'll place in the capital, and I'll go ahead and spread out here as one does in place here. So we can go ahead and get this set up. So Brennus will start with 1 action card in his action deck, and that's the Springs of Boan here. And I will get the Salmon Creek, and then we will go ahead with the draft. Let's do this. All right, I will deal 4 to myself. I'm supposed to set 1 aside, so I'll set this one aside per the normal rules of Inish. So that is over there. And then 4 to me. Clan's Harmony, Bard, Sanctuary, Druid. Now, none of these are on Brennus' script here. So, if I don't choose any of them, none of them will be taken by Brennus. If, for instance, New Clans was one of these 4 and I did not choose it, it would immediately go to Brennus' action pool and I would not be able to draft it. That's meant to kind of simulate the way that normal drafting works. Bard could be good. I might be able to get a deed. The tricky thing about Bard is it can be hard early game to actually remove one of Brennus' clans during a maneuver. Clan's Harmony is pretty weak right now. Might be better later. Sanctuary and Druid both look really nice. I think my tendency toward leaning toward getting Epic Tail cards when playing against Brennus. I just feel like that gives you the flexibility that you need to kind of break the game. So 3 cards. Now I will choose 2 total from these 4. Now, if we don't pick New Clans, then it will go to Brennus. And I really do like New Clans. There's an option here for Festival. Definitely not bad here. Being able to set up a festival on a Sanctuary can be very strong. But I think I feel better about these. So, once again, Brennus gets nothing. And now, before we do the next one, everything gets shuffled together. Having these sleeved makes them so much easier to shuffle. Okay, and then I deal myself 4 cards. And I have to keep 5 of these. Feel pretty good about these 2. I like Druid and Geist a lot. Citadel is actually not bad. The problem is he will use his bonus pool action and consume this card before I can steal it from him. So I don't like Citadel here. Craftsmen and Peasants is probably fine enough. Maybe I can hold out and get more value out of that. Citadel goes straight to his pool. That would happen normally. I deal 1 off the top to myself, and then the rest is Brennus' action pool of 6 actions, and we're going to leave that there, and his bonus pool there. Kind of takes up a lot of space. Don't have a lot of space on this table. We'll see if we can make it work. Yeah, we'll just see what we can do here. All right, perfect. I've got my hand, I've got my advantage card, and we are ready to go. So I need my D8. Okay, got my D8, and we are ready to go. So, that there, and we'll roll. First things first, Season 1, Action 1. Now, we reveal Citadel. Actually, these are supposed to be shuffled. Get a little shuffle on those. This matters for Druid, right? Maybe I did shuffle these and just forgot, but I don't think I did. Cool. Reveal this. So Emissaries is discarded, and Season 1, Action 1, Resolve is Craftsmen and Peasants. So he is going to add 1 here. All right, and now it is my turn. Definitely don't want to Geist that. New Clans wouldn't be bad. I'm a little So right now, the aggro trigger is -1 because he starts with Raid primed. So as long as he has 1 more clan, so if he rolled Conquest or Migration, he would attack here, and that would be pretty bad for me. I could Geist that, but it might be better to just go ahead and do New Clans here, and kind of just build up in this territory. This will just make it a little bit more difficult for him to attack. That seems pretty good. So New Clans is out. Note that I am discarding these face down. In my opinion, it is part of the game to memorize what's been played, and to kind of keep that track in your head. So I do the same thing when I play solo, and I try not to cheat at that. So yeah, that's what we do. So let's roll. So that was a 7. That's Raid. Raid is already primed, so we roll again. That is an 8, so that is Warlord. Season 1, Action 2. Warlord is primed. Now, he will attack even if he has 1 fewer. So, currently, because Warlord is -2, Raid is -1 on the aggro trigger. So currently, this would be a valid attack for Brennus if he rolls an attack. He discards Bard to do that action. All right. And now it's back to me. So I do have a Geist if I want it, but I think I could stall again with the Salmon's Creek here and just add a clan here and just try to get in an arms race for the moment as far as his ability to actually attack me. I don't hate that. I will say, I really don't. I feel like my old board fit nicer together than this new board does. See how these have these gaps in them? They're not cut as nicely. That's a bit unfortunate. It's always tough when a new printing has shortcomings to the next print, to the previous printing. Always a bummer. The price was really good though. I think I'm going to try that. I think this is a bit risky because he's one new clans away, and I may run out of time to do the Sanctuary. And this is a relatively low tempo play. It's just one clan here. But I do have the Geist if things get bad. So I'm going to play Salmon's Creek. That's place one clan in any territory where with a harbor where you are present. I'm going to check the glare. Nope, no glare. That's nice. Perfect. Sweet. So Salmon's Creek is resolved. I'm just going to keep this off the board just so it doesn't clutter things. But it's out there. And I guess it doesn't matter. I can just play it down here. That will be my action. And now let's do him. He rolls a 1. That is Citadel. So Season 1, Action 3, Citadel. So where is he going to place that? He only has one option, so he is going to place it here. And he is just stacking up Citadels in the capital. The son of a gun. The big concern there for me is that makes Craftsmen and Peasants much better for him there. That is a very strong play for him, always. All right, it's back to me. It's worth noting that at any point here I could pass if I wanted to, but no need to do that. Let's play Sanctuary. We're going to add a Sanctuary here. All right. And then I get to draw an Epic Tale card. So, this is a Seasons of Inish card. If the action discard pile contains at least 3 cards, shuffle the pile and draw 3 actions. Give 1 action to another player and add 1 to your hand and discard the last one. Ah, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so that's in my hand. So that gives him another action for the turn, but it gives me a specific action card, which I really might want. Now, I'm pretty sure I did not discard an action card. One of the reasons I recommend writing down, the 1, 2, 3, is that right now I know there should be 3 in here, but there's not. So I can reveal Festival. This was his previous turn, so that's taken care of. My turn was to play Sanctuary, which is resolved. It's back to him. Let's roll the dice. He gets a 2. That is new clans. So 1, 4, X. And he only has one option of a place to do that. And he is nice and built up now and very scary. And one reason that I didn't consider, which would have actually been better, would have been to consider keeping Citadel to protect and keep at least one clan here. As it stands right now, it's going to be really tough for me to fight him. Really tough for me to fight him. And one thing I could do is he's very likely to attack me before the end of this season. So I could do Kathleen's Prophecy and get back a Bard, which would give me a deed, which may be really important for me as the game continues. His script is only going to be reset after 7 actions, right? So he's guaranteed to do either MIG or Conquest. and he has a 50% chance to do both, at which point I could not use Geist to guarantee that I don't get attacked. If only one of them goes off, then I can guarantee that Geist saves me. So kind of a scary place for me to be on my turn right now. So he's got 4 clans that are ready and willing to attack, and you can look up what ready clans mean in the aggro trigger rules, which is plenty. Even with 3, he would be able to attack here. Maybe we just do a little Geist action. Although maybe right now is the time, because he could. Well, no, not Geist action. Excuse me, little Druid action. I'm safe against an attack next turn, no matter what, because I have Geist. And then I can do Kathleen's Prophecy. I could even get the Geist back potentially. But keeping him from never attacking doesn't end up being a very good play due to the reprime rules around Warlord. Can be kind of tricky. Okay, let's do Druid. So I'm going to look at these. I do like Bard. I do like Festival. I think what we'll do here is we will bait him into an attack, and we will do Bard. Okay. It is back to him. So he's done 4 actions. So he should have 2 things left, which means I didn't do this correctly again. So migration's in here. I technically could have taken migration, but we're good. So he rolls migration. So that is 1, 5 primed, and that will immediately trigger. And now the question for me is, do I want to Geist it or not? I know that I will get a deed from this. Actually, it's not guaranteed. I think we let it happen. Yep. We can't, if we put it off forever, then it's a losing proposition, in my experience. He's going to attack, so you might as well give it to him. All right, he sends 4 over. He is the instigator. He has raid primed, so at the point that migration triggers, that's done. There's only one option for where he can go. I can use my Geist on a future conquest or an explore. The tricky thing here is that if he rolls conquest and primes it, he likely... maybe I do Geist this. Maybe I Geist this. Because I may not get a chance to use Geist if I don't do it now, and that wastes an entire action. Okay, yeah, we're going to Geist. So I'm going to Geist that. When you Geist something, you can only Geist it at the point that it would be triggered, not when it's primed. This primes and immediately triggers, so that's why I'm Geisting it now. And that is his 5th action, so that is removed. Also, I have forgotten to evaluate his bonus script until now, so we'll do that now. That is to add a clan. Hopefully that didn't change any actions. I don't think it would, but he's adding a clan here. All right, and so now that's been used. I'm not sure the best way to indicate this. Anyway, back to me. Back to me. I do have card advantage right now. I think I'll play Craftsmen and Peasants and add 2 here. And just kind of build up some people here. This is also a nice bait because now I have more clans than Citadels, which means this is a valid target for the aggro trigger. It is a low priority target, but it is valid. So we may be able to use that against Brennus later and bait him to a weak attack. So I'll do that. And then Brennus's final action here. If this is a conquest, it's not good for me. So the way I do when there's 2 is there's high and low. So this was like there's 1 through 4 and 5 through 6. I mean 5 through 8. Because I got a 7, I do the bottom one. So that means Explore is skipped, And his 6th action is to prime Conquest, and I cannot stop it. So he is going to come in here with full force. Now, that's another reason I did this. This might give me the chance to gain Bren. Brennus is a very bloodlust-driven leader, and so he just loves to attack and just leaves just enough behind to keep his foothold, relying on sort of fear, right? You know, are you going to overthrow him? Because he's coming for you. So Conquest is primed. And I am in a tricky spot. I'm in a 50-50 here, which it's hard for me to randomly decide, so I'll use this. But so he attacks first. I could discard an action card, but what I'd really like to happen is I know Raid is about to prime, and one of these is going to get stolen. Also, this has been utilized with his 6th action here. I know Raid is going to steal one of these 50-50, but if it's not barred, it's really good for me. So I am not going to discard an action card. I'm going to lose a clan. Then he will activate Raid. And then I'm just going to do 1 through 4, 5 through 8. Bard is the one that he steals. Brutal. And then he will also activate Warlord, which means it's his turn again, and he adds a clan. I've still got this. And he attacks again. I think it's probably best for me to just lose a guy. Then I kill one of his guys. He kills... Ooh. Well, I can do a little withdraw thing here. Instead of killing one of his guys, I think what I'll do is just withdraw here, because I'm chieftain here. And so I was able to do a little switcheroo. Now, that's not common, and I am happy to be able to do it. I am not complaining. It's rare that I've been able to add as many clans as I have this particular round. So I will definitely take it. Turn off fan. Okay, boom. So that was Conquest, primed, and resolved, and all of his stuff is resolved. And I've withdrawn. As his last action, he could withdraw, but there's no place for him to withdraw, so the clash ends. And now it is back to me. I could do this Kathleen's Prophecy right now. I really don't see the value right now. I think we're just going to do Clans Harmony and add another clan here. We're doing a pretty good job keeping up on clans. And then he will roll. His script has been reset, so everything's valid. And he rolls Conquest. Okay, so Season 1, Action 7, Conquest is primed. And for him to do that, he would need more ready clans than... so he has 5 ready clans here, and I have 6 clans, so that is not enough for him to do that attack, but Conquest is primed and ready to be used at a future time. I'm not going to resolve Kathleen's Prophecy. That Conquest was primed with this Bard. It goes back to him, and that's a pass and a pass, so the season ends. The card that was not in play was New Alliance. Always like testing myself to see if I am in the zone or not. And we are moving on to the next season. I get the Bren. And then we swap. So he now has Salmon's Creep in his bonus pool, and I have Springs of Boan, which is a really strong effect. Because I can add a clan into Salmon Creek for free. And I don't even have to be there. So that is an extremely powerful territory. And we are good to move forward. With the draft. I don't think there's anything else I need to do. Very odd to see no exploration on the first round, but I will take it. It is not clear to me whether exploring is overall good or bad. I think it's pretty contextual for the player. So we'll see how this ends up. Right now, this feels very much like a cat fight or cage fight, where we've got lots of power, but in a very concentrated area. Not a lot of spreading out is happening. Okay. We will set aside 1, and we will get to drafting. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Migration, Emissaries, Clans Harmony, and Sanctuary. Now, Clans Harmony is better now that I have... Ooh, and honestly, Emissaries. There's a case to be made for Migration, too. I could make an attack now. The tricky thing about that is... Yeah, I don't love that. The Springs of Boan here really makes Clans Harmony quite good, though. I don't know how long this will take to focus. I'm just guessing. But Sanctuary's good. I'm not quite in a big enough advantage to take Migration, although later in the game Migration becomes really important for the player. It is the only guaranteed way in the action deck that you have of starting a clash, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that's correct. I do like me some Sanctuary, and I might be able to utilize that. The problem is, right now, I don't have any Sanctuary advantage. Anywhere I add a Sanctuary will go directly to Brennus's win conditions as well. So I think I'll take Clans Harmony here. There is a case here for Sanctuary still, just for the Epic Tale card. And maybe there's a way that I can utilize... Because I do think Epic Tale cards are one of the main ways that you're going to win. Let's try this. Okay. Migration here is placed into Brennus's thing. And now we get these choices. I am Bren this time, so I could steal this advantage card right at the start, which actually seems pretty good. I kind of like this whole Citadel thing too, so I think I'll do that. Hate to pass up Druid and Festival, but tempo matters a lot. Tempo matters a lot, and I can see a tempo play kind of coming to fruition here. Now we shuffle all these together. And then I'll deal 4 and choose basically 1 to discard. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, Exploration. That is interesting. I am Bren, so I kind of like the Exploration strategy. And the Sanctuary did come back, but there's also Bard here, which I think is... We're very likely to get into a fight. And if that happens, getting a deed is very strong. So I think I'm going to go this. And then, oh yeah, of course. Emissaries could be really strong here too. I do have the actual clans to potentially leverage Emissaries. But I think Sanctuary is just solid. I think Emissary is a little... is nice and tricky, but not really needed right now. And then my last card is Craftsmen and Peasants. That will not hurt my feelings. Alright, and so we've got our 6 action cards for Brennus. We'll shuffle those just in case we end up picking up Druid somehow. Don't want to know exactly where all these are. Okay, and then I get to lead us off. At the start of my turn, I'm going to play Springs of Boan. And I get to add a clan in one territory adjacent to the Springs. So I'll do that, which seems insanely powerful. That is a new Nemid territory. And that is a Triskel effect at the beginning of my turn. And then I will play Citadel. I'll add a citadel here and steal this advantage card to my hand. And now I've locked myself into this spot with my citadel. I've locked him in as well. And I'm setting myself up very well for craftsmen and peasants, as well as clans harmony. Both of those looking to be in a very good spot. And I think Salmon's Creek is actually quite a strong ability. So let's see what Brennus thinks about that. So he's doing craftsmen and peasants, which means he's going to get 3 dudes. So that is Season 2, Action 1, resolved. And he gets 3 guys. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is a freaking cage fight. Okay, and then you're supposed to do this before you resolve his action, but I keep forgetting. Okay. So now, I think I clans harmony. Craftsman. The main thing here with clans harmony is that it might be bad later. So I want to use it now. All right. Cool. That's done. And I'm just trying to keep my tempo up. All right. Brennus is next turn. So he reveals new alliance and rolls. He gets a 7. That primes raid. So 2, 2 primed. So now he needs... I didn't do my evaluation last turn, but we're just going to move forward. Instead of trying to unwind it. I might have done the rules wrong, a little incorrectly here, but now, as long as he has one more ready clan than the target area, he will attack. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 7, 8, 9 is greater than 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he is going to trigger his conquest, and we are going to attack. Now this might have been 1 turn too late. He should have done this last turn, and I might have made a mistake there. But we're doing it now. So conquest has been resolved, and he is the instigator. I don't have anything fancy for me to do here. I could discard some stuff, but I am pretty happy with this attack because of Bard, and that I have 2 citadels here. So during the citadel phase, I'm going to go here. And then, because he's the instigator, he cannot use the citadels, so I will go here. And so I've got 2 people in citadels. I've guaranteed 2 people here for later. And he starts with the first maneuver, so I will remove a dude, and then he will trigger the first opportunity here to use raid. Oh, look at that. That's not bolded. Need to fix that. The 8 here is not bolded correctly. He is going to randomly choose one of my action cards. So it's 1 through 4. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, it is Sanctuary. He steals it, which means it goes into his action pool, which I hate. Very, very much hate that is happening. And so that puts him back up to 5. Oof, golly. Raid. It's brutal. It's brutal. So I attack. I am interested in thinning out his forces here. I may end up withdrawing a little bit here, but I don't see a big issue with going back and forth with him. Yeah. Then I remove. Then he attacks. Then I attack. Then he attacks. Then... So right now he's at 6 clans here. Sure, let's trade again. Boom. Okay. So I am going to lose the friendship, but he cannot withdraw to anywhere. So that ends that conquest. And now it's back to me. Oh, and I use Bard when I kill one of his guys, so I have a deed. Okay. So it is back to me. Five versus, so this would be 4-5. So for me to stop him from attacking here next turn. Now notice I have sort of one unprotected clan, right? So he sees this as a valid attack place because he knows I might do this, right? If this wasn't here, this would not be a valid target for aggro because he already has a clan there and he knows that I can just hide in the Citadel. And that's in the aggro trigger rules. But currently, he does see that. I don't see a lot of value in building this up, but it also makes using exploration a bit tricky because that would be a higher priority target for his next attack. So I think what I'll do is I'll play Craftsmen and Peasants. So that's going to add a total of 3 dudes, which feels pretty good. All right, and he does have a significant action advantage over me now. So he has used 2 actions. And stolen 1. So 6 to 4 to 5. So it is now him. Let's see what he's up to. He gets a 5, which is migration. So 2, 3. So he is attacking. So 4, 5. That is 2 more than 3. So he is going to attack here. The guy loves to attack. So that migration does resolve. He's the instigator. I will hide one of my dudes here. He attacks. I lose a guy. I will withdraw here. This is a unique game. I haven't ever had this sort of back and forth where Brennus keeps not exploring or adding clans, but just kind of like all that attack. But it's kind of fun. It's probably good for me. So I will take it. All right, it is me. I don't see a lot of value in doing any of these things, so I'm going to pass. So he gets to go again. He does exploration. So 2, 4, X. He should only have 4 left, so I forgot to reveal one. So this was for his past action, and this is his current action. Now, I haven't been flipping the flock of crows because it doesn't matter for anything in a 2-player game yet. So if it ever starts to matter, I will do that. But that's why I haven't been doing that. I get to choose the exploration spot. It doesn't seem like it matters too much at this point. But I think I want it here. Specifically like this. Okay. Stone Circle. Interesting. Very sanctuary heavy. All right, so that goes out. He adds one of his clans here. This has been utilized. And that was his 4th action. So, checking win conditions right now. This deed and sin token cancel out. So I basically am back to normal. Do I pass again? I don't really see a lot of value in doing any of these things yet. I can do exploration, but I'd like to wait on that. Okay, I'm going to pass, and he's going to go. So he rolls. 6, revealed card is Druid. 6 is already rolled, and we haven't reset the script, so it's not valid for reprime. 1. So that is 2, 5. And based on the Citadel rules, those are Clash rules, excuse me, where an advantage card can be stolen. Ooh, I do still have this advantage card. Yeah. So he's going to add a Citadel here to steal this. Oh, and this was the one I played. Yeah, I played this one. He steals my advantage card, the son of a gun. That is his action. And then he gets to evaluate the bonus pool. So he gets to add a clan to a territory when he's present. And here he would want to add where he would meet an aggro trigger. So currently, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's even. He has nothing primed. Placing this here would not meet the aggro trigger for Salmon Creek. So in that case, to become the chieftain, that won't do anything. To contest the chieftainship, that won't do anything. And so he adds to the capital. Okay. Sweet. That's done. Now it's back to me. I think I'll still wait one more turn before I explore. I just kind of want to see everything he does. So that was his 5th action. And he should do a total of 7 actions because he did raid. So he has 2 left. So 7's already done. Oh, well, because there's 2 left, he does the 5 through 7 action. Because he rolled 5 through 7. And I'm just splitting the D8 in half when there's 2 options left, just so I don't have to keep re-rolling. So that is action 6 to Prime Warlord. And that means that new clans is skipped. The script is reset, so Warlord is available for a reprime action. We'll see if that comes into play. But he was supposed to use this, so that's gone. And it is back to me. I'm going to pass again. Oh, Craftsmen and Peasants. Alright, that's his 7th action. Festival is discarded. And that is going to gain him quite... He's going to basically be maxed on dudes. He's got dudes for days. Woof. Okay. But it is now my turn. So I can explore. And where do I want to explore? I think I want to go here. Because here is closer to those 2 things. So I'm going to pick here. Interestingly enough, oh, I got a island, which is very fun. So High Brazil comes into play with a harbor. So we'll just go ahead and put that in a way like that. As long as there's no clan in High Brazil, clans may only be moved or placed here by effects of an Epic Tale card. So this actually comes out with nothing, and I would have placed this here, but I can't, so I place it here. And so I actually end up getting to add one to the capital. Now, is there a way for me to sneak a sneaky chieftain victory here? I don't think so. But I could conceivably contest Stone Circle if I... I have to shuffle the pile and draw 3. I think this is fine. I keep the Brennus. And I just need some Epic Tale cards. Yeah, I think it's fine. Interesting. Okay. This is part of the reason I like the Islands expansion, is because, you know, it just shakes up the game. Like, this is unique, right? This is very powerful for me if I can get there. And then very scary once someone's there. And then there's this sort of like timing aspect to it, right? So, yeah, very interesting. Okay, end of season. All right, so this goes back here. This goes back here. I've got just Kathleen's Prophecy. And Brennus has 2 cards in his bonus pool. Move that like this. Try to maximize our space here. I get the Springs of Boan again, which seems to be so strong. I love it. Very cool. I kind of like some of the territories being really strong because then it gives you a reason to fight there, even in a normal game of Inish. All right, that's done. The missing card from the last season. Oh, dang it. I was not going to get Geist. I might have, but I accidentally knocked it over. Okay, let's go into the next drafting session. I'm still Brennus. That was the thing I was missing. Yeah, because I'm still in control of the capital here. And Brennus is at 3 sanctuaries. I'm at 2. I'm at 4 on the Chieftain Victory scale. And Brennus has 3 territories that he is in control of. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, migration and new clans are out. Now, migration is really strong here because I can attack Stone Circle. Getting Epic Tale cards is really good. Getting Deeds is really good. Festival, also not too bad. I kind of like this migration, though. Maybe I could bait him away. Like, I can get an exploration. Maybe he'll conquest, draw all of his forces, and then I can actually go over here to Stone Circle with migration. Very tricky. That assumes some things. Like if Warlord is already primed, then we're in a tough position. And Warlord is primed right now. So for me to attack this and be successful, I think I would need to send 2, right? Because the way that Warlord reads is, during a clash with you involved, after a maneuver is performed by anyone, that means that once I maneuver and kill his dude, he goes, adds a dude, and then would choose himself as the next maneuver, which means that he would attack, kill 1, and then I'd kill his thing. Okay, so actually, as long as you send 2, you're fine against 1, even if they have a Warlord. This is why I like playing the solo, because honestly, there's quite a bit to think about, you know? Migration feels a little tricky. Feels good. I think we're going to take the risk on it. So new clans is going to go over to Brennus because it's on his script. I'll take migration. These 2 are set aside. And now let's draw 3. 1, 2, 3. And then, okay, interesting. So I kind of like this, like maybe no migration. Well, migration is better because it clears them out of Stone Circle, which is what we want, right? Geist, I feel like, is important. I could see Emissaries being pretty important, and Clans Harmony being pretty important this round. Okay. Maybe we'll take the risk, and we'll not take Emissaries. But then Clans Harmony isn't actually that good, so maybe we take Emissaries. And Clans Harmony is the one we skip for now. All right, let's shuffle all these together. The reason the drafting is the way it is because it seemed really important to me for you to not be able to see all the cards. I like that part of the game where you're kind of like dealt, you know, like, oh, we'll see what you can do with it, right? Earlier drafting rules ended up letting you see almost all the cards, which is somewhat common. Like, that's kind of the way that the original one works. But yeah. Okay, deal 3. Oh god, they got flipped over. How did this happen? You know, we'll be honest with our complaints. Another thing is that these card backs don't have a clear up. Like they kind of do, but not clear. You know, we're in 2025. I feel like the game design space really should probably account for that. I am kind of liking exploration here. Nice to see Bard back. Right now what I have is just like this ability to really take advantage of my count here if I can. The problem is he might attack me there. I've got guys for that. I think I'm going to go Druid. Just try to really stay on pace. And then we get 1 card, New Alliance. Fine. I forgot to set one of these out, so I'm going to do that now. It was a mistake. And then he's got his 6, which I will shuffle real quick. I do like that I know a couple cards in here, just like in a normal 2v2 Inish game. That actually could conceivably matter sometimes. So, all right, I am still the Brennus. Things feel tight. They feel tense. Let's see what we are up to. First action. At the start of my turn, I'm going to play Springs of Boan. Oh, see, I didn't quite think all the way through this. Boom. Stone Circle. And then for my action, I kind of like this idea of exploring back out here. The tough thing is that it might be the case that he would explore himself if I don't do anything. I'm going to move some of this stuff around so I have some more room. I'm still not getting much in the way of epic tail cards, which I need to get over there to High Brazil or Briassel, whatever it is. Bracel. That felt good. That's definitely the way we want to do it, right? Not sure I thought through this turn perfectly. Definitely don't want to do that. I think we'll do the bait and switch. All right, so we'll do exploration. I'm going to choose here. And that's the Highlands. That's a good one. I'm going to do it like this. I've been trying to do this action more because this is how nematons get created when you do this sort of like touch like this. And that helps me understand how nematons will occur in games. Obviously, we're not playing with those right now. Oh, I forgot to put this here. Brazil. Highlands. Notably, this has slightly updated rules text, which does actually end up making a difference. Before, it kind of changed who is the instigator if you read it in a particular way. Now, the instigator doesn't really change. It's more clear. So I add a guy here, and the trap is set. Can we act on it? We will find out. Okay, and now it is our boy's turn. Brennus, what do you got? A 3. You already did that. 6. Conquest. 3. 1. Primed with Warlord. The trap worked, guys. Now I could Geist this, but I really don't want to. So Conquest, if we look at the rules here, I'm pretty sure this doesn't say anything special. So it just gives reprime rules. So in this case, he's going to take all ready clans, and that includes all that can go, and just absolutely overwhelmingly crush this force. So this is just Bren's modus operandi. This is what he likes to do, is this kind of stuff right here. Conquest triggers. He goes there, and he attacks. Kills my guy. Now, let me see if I need to update this. My understanding is that if adding a clan would not work, that he won't use this. So I think I need to add that in here. If no exposed and no clan left, do not trigger. That makes sense, right? If he were to use this right now, he would gain no benefit from it. And I don't like that. So he has officially claimed the Highlands. He's in. He's got it. And he's on 4 continents here. So now that cost him a festival to do. So that was his first action in Season 3. And now we can strike with migration. And what I want to do is I want to be tricky, because that's what I have to do to win. I'm going to send 3 people here. No, just like this. 2 people. Ooh, actually, I have to be careful. This would meet the aggro trigger, which means he would fight me, right? So based on the clash rules, when the player initiates a clash, Brennus will choose to protect his clans and citadels unless Brennus outnumbers the invading force based on the aggro trigger. So here it's 3v1, but he has Warlord primed, so he would take this fight, and I don't want him to. So I'm going to send 4 here. Although, actually, we can burn his Warlord by doing that. So I'm going to do that, and then send 2 here. And that is going to also be a clash. So I'm going to evaluate this clash first. So I attack. Boom. He dies. Then he would use Warlord to add a guy back, and then attack and kill one of my guys, and then I would attack and kill his guy. Cool. He had no choice there because Citadels was done, and now we have used his Warlord. I did forget, at the end of his turn, he's supposed to create a guy. He would not have been able to. Okay, hold on. We actually have to reset this, unfortunately. So we're here. We did not get to play migration yet. We are in a unique situation, and I don't want to skip this rule because I think it's important. So, I need to add that reminder text here about this particular rule. So, he would normally do this add a clan, but he has no clans. So in that case, you skip the current action and do the next one, and he would do a bonus action. So he gets a tempo action here. So we got to see what he's going to do. He primes Raid, which has big implications for us. So now, Warlord is actually primed here. It's not consumed yet. And his 3 bonus action was to prime Raid. I think that actually ends up being fine. But now let's go through this process. So I send 3 here. I send 2 here. Oh, I think I had 1 more, right? Yeah, I removed it earlier, right? 3 here. I evaluate this one first. I attack, kill him. All right. Raid says after you have performed an attack maneuver. So first, he's going to resolve Warlord, adds a guy back, attacks, kills me, then triggers Raid, at which point he will steal a random action card from me. And I think there's enough of these that I haven't looked at that I can shuffle and do so in good faith. Oof. Okay. Let's do this one. Druid goes to him, which I do not like. Okay. He killed me. He did raid. Now I kill him. That goes back here. Now I can do a final maneuver. Do I want to move people over there? I don't think I do. I could withdraw people here or here if I wanted to. But I don't want to. Okay, and then that clash is resolved. Now I'm going to do this clash. He does not meet the aggro trigger, so he's going to hide. Here, I've got 3 people. There are no people left. I am going to use my final action to withdraw here. All right, and so what I've done is set up to where there's 2 people with 2 citadels here, which puts me in a good spot as far as getting him stuck here in the Highlands, at least for now. So that feels pretty good. All right, that was his action and bonus action. And then I did migration, which was my turn. And then all that stuff happened. I do not have anything else. But that was, migration. Yeah, I have to spend that. Obviously, that can't go back in my hand. And now it is his turn, and he should have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay, perfect. So, let's do Brennus. He reveals Druid. And 7's already done. 2. New clans. 3, 2, X. So he's going to add only 1 clan wherever he could contest, wherever he could become the chieftain, meet aggro triggers. He can't meet any aggro triggers. Contest the chieftainship. He can contest chieftain here and here, but then because there's 2 options, we break it with the lower level hierarchy, which is add to the capital. So that's what he does. All right. And now it's back to me. I'm going to pass. 7's already done. 8, he primes Warlord. So 3, 3, prime. And that costs him Citadel. I'm going to pass again. 2. He's already done that. 4 is Explore. Okay, now we're talking. 3, 4, X. He still has Warlord primed, and he's going to explore. I am the Bren, so I get to choose where he's going to go, and I am going to go here. And we're not playing with Nemetons, but this would be how you would create a Nemeton. Lost Veil. He has no people to move there. I do think in this situation, I want there to be a rule where he gets to move one of his clans from his largest army. So I'll add that in. I just recently changed that explore rule. Like, this used to be an invalid choice, but I didn't like that, so I think this feels a little bit better. So there's Lost Veil, and let's get the card out for that. The main thing I'm trying to avoid is that the player like cheeses too hard. Like, this seems strategic, right? But I don't want it to just be cheesy, right? Okay. That was the exploration. Now I have some interesting ideas. So I could new alliance here. I kind of want to wait to do that and that. So right now I am chieftain of just 2 people. But that could change if I can get Clans Harmony. I don't remember if Clans Harmony has been played yet. Interesting. I don't think it has. I think it's either in here or it is the set-aside card. I think the best thing for me to do is bide my time. Then I can do, well, Kathleen's Prophecy maybe is better to do now, just to see what happens. I'm in a good spot to kind of hold. So I am going to do that. I'm going to play Kathleen's Prophecy. So shuffle all these. Draw 3. Citadel Festival. I could do Citadel to get the Stone Circle there. Actually, Stone Circle's already been used, so I can't do that. I could get Lost Veil. I don't see that that is going to be super helpful. I think I'll do Druid, and then I'll give him Festival. I might want Festival. I might want Druid. I might want Citadel. Okay, that's done. All right, and then let's shuffle this. That is actually not listed. Anytime anything adds to the action pool, you should shuffle. Cool. Okay, that was that. This is discarded. And that feels pretty good that I got the Druid there, but he has a lot of actions left. 5 actions. Okay, back to him. So we're going to reveal, Bard, and then roll. He's got 2 options, so we're going to do high and low. We got high, so he's going to do Citadel. So that's 3, 5. It's his 5th action. He's going to do so many actions on this turn. So he adds a Citadel, and he Citadel Hierarchy, steal an advantage card. I don't have any that he can steal from me. Whew. Pick up an advantage card. Okay, there's 2 places he could do that. Nearest to human player's forces, where he only has 1 clan and no Citadel. So he's going to go here, and then he's going to add this to his bonus pool. Now, luckily, that is not enough for him to trigger his next bonus action yet, but we will see how the rest of this turn goes. Oops. And so that means migration is skipped, and the script has been reset. Okay, I am going to skip Clans Harmony. Clans Harmony. Okay. Duly noted. What does he do? Fresh script. Oof, that is not good. I think I want to Geist that. I'm Geising Craftsmen and Peasants, because that would add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's going to mess up my stuff. That's going to mess up my plans here. So that's his 6th action, and I'm going to Geist it. I'm going to put a G that I Geist that. Okay. I am going to pass. No. I'll just go ahead and play Druid now. And take Clans Harmony. I haven't thought this fully through, but it does seem fun, so let's keep going. So he's gained 2, and he's on 6. He's done 6 actions. He's gained 1 from raid and 1 from my thing, so I think he has 1 more than he should. He should go to 8 actions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yep. That is one of the reasons it's very helpful to write all this stuff down. 7th action. Now, what did I just do? I did Druid, so it's back to him. He reveals Citadel. He gets a 1. He plays Citadel. Oh, no. Okay. Actually, this is maybe good. 3, 7. Citadel. He's going to place where... He's going to place here because he can pick up this action card. And then he does his bonus action of add 1 clan to a territory where Brennus is not present. He cannot do that, so actually he does nothing. We would skip to this bonus action here, but we can't do that one either yet, so we will wait and reevaluate next time. So yeah, I think I need a little bit of nuance here. Re-eval each turn. Kind of a tricky thing to describe. Back to me. I think we just want to let him show his hand fully. And then we'll go 5. That is Migration. And he has Warlord primed, so his 8th action is to prime Migration. There are no valid aggro triggers currently. The problem is there are going to be some created. So that's Craftsmen and Peasants. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do what I want to do here. He's going to beat me up big time. Gosh, that migration is brutal. Okay, it's my turn. So I can move here. That would just get me to 4. That doesn't really help me win. If I do Clan's Harmony, I'm going to add 1 here and here. Both of these will immediately become valid triggers, and he will split attack them. And his Craftsmen and Peasants is getting really out of hand. What is the path to victory here? He is on 4. What is the path to victory? I really think I need some Epic Tale cards. I could choose to pass. Maybe this is the play. I'm going to play Emissaries and move 1 guy here. And then I'll do Clan's Harmony to add 1 more person here. Instead of doing it where I add it to everywhere. And then I will do New Alliance. Oh, but then that's going to make this an aggro trigger, and he's just going to attack, and he's going to take the Bren. If I don't do anything here, then I keep the Bren. Because we're tied. So I can just place a clan. So I think placing a clan here seems pretty good. Yep. All right. So that ends up with me chieftain of 3. He doesn't get to use these. And he's still stuck in the Highlands. I think that's what we want. Whew. Okay. End of season 3. All right, let's split these up again. So Salmon's Creek goes to me. Stone Circle to me. Lost Vale to me. Highlands goes to Brennus. Spring of Boan is floating. 1, 2, 3 to me. 1 to him. That's it. Okay. And then the missing card is Sanctuary? Yep. All right. Okay. His army is just chilling. Doesn't have anyone to fight right now. That's the way we want to keep it. Has no one to fight. No one worthy to fight. No one who's not going to just hide in their little citadels, their little castles. Not worth their time. But if we get a reprime on migration, we're in some trouble. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Season 4. Just making sure I didn't miss any win conditions. He's on 4. I'm on 4. I'm chieftain over 1, 2, 3, 4. He's chieftain over none. I'm on 3 sanctuaries. He's on none. All right, let's do it. Onward and upward. So we've got Craftsman and Presence, Migration, Druid, and Sanctuary. Craftsman and Presence is literally nuts right now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I really cannot miss that, even though I really think I need Sanctuary right now. The other option here is I just don't do this. I try to keep him locked up. That's going to be tough though. Like I managed to kind of skate through, like, you know, ended up like having these areas pretty well covered. Stone Circle. You may remove one of your clans. So this is interesting. You may remove one of your clans from the Stone Circle to take an Epic Tale card. So after you play an Epic Tale, you can play it again. If you play this and remove a clan. That seems good. I think there's a path here to victory. But I'm not exactly sure what it is. Is it sanctuaries? Is there a way we can keep them out of Stone Circle? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to try Sanctuary. So that means Craftsmen and Peasants and Migration go to his pool. All right, Druid set aside, and now let's draw 3 and choose 2. I'm still the Bren, which is awesome. Bard seems really, really important. But Exploration seems really strong too. I can basically explore way away from him. All right, try Exploration. These 2 are set aside. They get shuffled back in. All right, deal 4, 2, 3, 4. Citadel. Now, Citadel would give me Springs of Boan, which is really good. Sanctuary, Exploration, and maybe just Geist here. Maybe we just need one oopsie. Maybe we just need one no can do. Oh, you know what? Oh, I actually need to keep one more. So maybe Druid. Druid seems good. Clans Harmony is here. I realize I want a reprimes to not be able to be Geist. Reprime. No Geist. Okay. All right. And then one off the top is new clans. Sure. I forgot to set one aside. Huge noob. We've got our 6. And we're hanging on here. Cool. And we've got all of this as well. So we have quite a bit of stuff going on. And we get to start off. So, okay. So first thing is Citadel here to take Spring of Boan. I think that is a necessary thing to do. All right, and he cannot do Citadel back to steal it from me. Although he can steal some of my other stuff. So we'll see if he... But that's only once the script is reset. So I'm good for now. Let me just make sure there's nothing that I wanted to do immediately. Lost Vale. Move one clan from a territory adjacent to the Lost Vale into it. This does not initiate a clash. I think I'm okay with that for now. Okay. Yeah. So that's done, and it's his turn. He reveals new alliance. He gets a 2. That's new clans. So that's season 4, action 1. New clans. Oh, actually, that's an invalid roll because he has no clans. 5. Not a reprime. That's an invalid roll. 7. He has primed raid. So that is 4-1 check. So that means he probably meets an aggro condition. So now, as long as he has 1 fewer than the place he'd be attacking, he will attack there. He has Warlord and Raid. So, oh, I think I did make a mistake. I think this attack here was valid with his previous migration. But we'll resolve that now. So, now I think this attack is not valid because he has 2, but this is only 1. So he's going to attack here. So that would be something I'd have to Geist. I think I'm okay not Geisting that. Okay. I'm going to jump in here. He's going to attack me, kill me. Then he's going to trigger Raid and steal one of my freaking things. Oh, no. Raid is so good. Okay, all right. We'll do this one. Exploration. Oh, that's tough. That is definitely one I wanted. And then when this gets added in, we got to shuffle him back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's right. That was his first action, so. Okay. Then he would trigger Warlord, but there's no clans left, and he has no clans to do anything with, so that was a valid usage of his migration that was primed there. All right. Oh, and Warlord is still primed. Okay, back to me. I think I need to play Sanctuary. Cool. Give me something good. Cormac Mac Heir. If you hold a Pretender token, move to the capital 1 or more of your clans from 1 or more territories adjacent to the capital. In the ensuing clash, the Citadel Steps begins with you, and you may use Citadels. Whoa. Well, that is interesting. Begins with me, and I can use them. think that's going to help me too much, unfortunately. But maybe. Maybe. Okay. All right, it's his go. So, Explore is valid. Conquest is valid. Clans is not valid. So 1 is nothing. 6 is Conquest. So 4, 2, Conquest is primed. Clans Harmony. No valid places to Conquest yet. Now, I will say, this might feel a little dumb that I've been able to trap him here, but the only reason that that's working is because I'm staying the Bren. If I wasn't the Bren and he was doing the Explorers, he would find a way out of here very quickly, I think. But it is worth considering. There's a lot of reprimes also that can get him out of this position. So we will just have to see what happens. I don't feel like I'm in the best spot. But I have managed to kind of lock him up for a sec. I just don't know how I'm going to win. Okay, he did his thing. My turn. I think... Do we want to bait him into a fight? I'm really not sure. I mean, I can use Lost Veil to pull one of these guys here, right? Spring of Boan seems pretty nice to get something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the fact that the Explorer got taken is brutal. Maybe the move... I don't want him to steal my stuff, but I think I have a little time before that would happen. I think I'm going to Druid and take Sanctuary. That's what I'm going to do. I'm really fishing for the right Epic Tale card that's going to help me. So he rolls a 1, that's invalid. 8 is a reprime on Warlord. So basically, in this case, Warlord would be used for its season effect if it meets the aggro trigger. There's nowhere for him to do that currently. Glad I didn't put something in here yet. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered. With Warlord primed. So there's currently no valid place to do that, so that's an invalid roll. Clans is also an invalid roll. So actually, he only has one valid roll, and that is Explore, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. So that is his third action. And Emissaries is used. So he should have 4 left. Yep, if we've done it right. Also, he was supposed to add a clan, but he also doesn't meet this cost 2, so nothing has occurred on the bonus script. I get to choose a location here for him to move people into. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. So we're going to put this... let's get this out of here. Maybe one day one of us will get there. We're going to put this here. All right, very nice. The valley comes out. Did I miss it? Oh. The card is far more muted than this is. And he moves a guy here. All right. And that puts him at 5. Not enough. Not yet. That is his action, and now it's over to me. So I think I'm going to play another Sanctuary. And place that here. And then draw. Draw 3 Epic Tale cards, add 1, and discard the others. Yes! That is really good. It's slow, but it is really good. That is exactly what we're looking for here. And then I will do Lost Veil to pull this guy here. All right, then Lost Veil is used. Okay, and now it's back to him. All right, he reveals Craftsmen and Peasants. He has no valid actions, so this is a rare situation in which the script just automatically gets reset. All right, so he's got a full script again. He gets Migration. And that is his fourth action. Migration is primed, and that actually, to be frank, Conquest would have resolved. Let me make sure that's the case. Oh, only if a reprime will it move to an empty territory. But Migration, I think, is always happy. So we have Warlord primed. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Okay, let me just take one step back. So, Conquest is primed. Correctly has not been used. Migration just got utilized. Actually, no. Conquest should be used, and it would be used to send 2 people here, because I have Warlord, but not Raid. So we would need to equal. But now we have Migration. Migration would send something to here, but doesn't need to right now. It's only if it actually can attack here. So if clans get added here, then we are in a sneaky, tough position. Okay. I think I've done all the rules correctly. I've reset the script. Migration, Conquest, and Warlord are all primed, which means that he will attack as long as he has the same amount of clans. He still has no valid places to attack here. And he just primed Migration. That was his turn. So it is my turn. I'm going to play Tuon's Memory, draw 3 Epic Tale cards, and choose one. So, move one of your clans to any territory and do not start a clash. For each Epic Tale card in your hand, place one clan in a territory where you're present. At the end of a clash that you did not initiate, if you lost at least one clan, place 3 clans in any one territory where you're present. I think Rhiannon, the horse rider, is our guy. And we are not going to use the stone circle on Tuon's Memory. Instead, we will save it for Rhiannon. Okay. I think we have a victory condition here if we can do it. Let's see what he does. So, reveal, exploration. That's Citadel. 4, 5. Ooh, yeah. He's gonna steal Springs of Boan for sure, right? So this is a situation where he could steal Salmon Creek, Springs of Boan. Those are the 2 that he has an option to steal with Citadel. I'll make sure that there's not another thing he'd want to do real quick. Yeah, where an advantage card can be stolen. That's his number 1 MOA. And then, between these 2, it comes down to Under Duress, which is I need to make a gut decision as to which one's worse. And this one's way worse for me. So he's going to steal this. because that's unfortunate. I really should have played that last turn, but we're past it, so we can't go back. Despite all of my machinations. So he steals that, and then because he has no clans, he can't do the normal cost 1 for his bonus script. He does the cost 2 bonus action. So he rolls again for free and does not reveal a card. So that is a 3. That's Craftsmen and Peasants. Also terrible for me, I think. Oh wait, actually invalid choice. He has no clans. 2 clans, invalid choice. 7 is to prime raid. That is valid. So his bonus action is to prime raid. Okay. Now, even if he has less than people, he will attack. That triggers conquest. And he will send 2 people here. It's all falling apart. It's all falling apart. Okay, he initiates the clash, attacks. I can, what do I have here? I've got new clans, I'm going to Geist that. So his conquest is consumed, and I Geist it. Oh, but that doesn't do anything. I can't, because he'll just migration. He's going to attack me no matter what. Okay, I give him the attack. He kills a guy. Then he will trigger raid. I have how many greens? I only have 2 greens. I've got Geist and new clans. Left is low. So Geist is the one that gets stolen. Then he will trigger Warlord. And he can't add a clan with that, but he attacks again. Then I can withdraw. Or I can just fight him. I think maybe withdrawing is an okay choice. And bait him into the capital. Okay, so I withdraw as mine. Then his migration triggers. And he will move all of these here. Oh, actually, no, it will not trigger because we have three citadels here, so we're actually fine. Okay. One, two, three, four, 5. He's very close to a sanctuary victory. Dang, I don't think I'll be able to sneak out a victory here. Okay, so all that happened. It's my turn. Do we bait him to use migration? Might be a good idea. All right, I'm going to play Salmon's Creek. To place this here. That triggers migration. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hide. He attacks and kills my guy. And then he withdraws if that would meet an aggro trigger, which it does. Now, and he just withdraws with everything. This meets this because this was at 2, going to 3 meets... Oh, it actually does not because there's a citadel there. So he stays here. I think there's 2 there. Okay. Sweet. Great. Love that. It's exactly what I want. Okay. And it is his turn. 2. Clans, craftsmen's, both invalid. 3. 2. 7. Already rolled. 8. So he's primed warlord. His 5th action. Oops. Tough. Tough stuff. Okay, so I think my play then... Oh my gosh, I can't do the stone circle now. Your clans. Has to be your clans. So I think I'll do new clans and add 2 clans here. I'm going to hold Rihanan, the horse rider, for High Brazil here. Funny that a horse rider is the one that gets to the island. Kind of thematically interesting. But I am out of stuff to do. So let's roll. It's a 3, invalid. The only valid options are Conquest and Explore. So because we rolled high, we do Explore. And that is probably a lose for me. I'll choose, wherever. Here seems fine. We'll move one of these here. The owlbear comes out. On my turn, I don't think there's anything I can do to stop this. And then Brennus takes his Pretender token. He will also do more things, but none of those will be beneficial to me. And so I pass, he passes, and Brennus gets me. Interesting. I tried to, hold him up here, and I think I was really close. Maybe if I had thought a little bit more critically about how the order in which I did all this stuff, I made a mistake not using Spring of Boan to get a clan here earlier. And then my thought was to use, Rhiannon the horse rider plus Stone Circle, and use this twice to get a clan here and a clan elsewhere. And then I would have had 6 clans, or been on 6 territories. We might have even still tied in that case. But ultimately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 for Brennus. He's got the win, and I've got the loss. But that was a good game. All right. I'm going to go eat lunch, and I'll see you in the next one. Next up for me is implementing some of the Nemid-specific modules. So, yep.